my name is NewFlowerGirl, but you can call me Demi. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the racing of Formula 1 in October. Let's get into this. We're going to be talking about the Singapore Grand Prix, the Texas Grand Prix, which was a sprint, the Mexican Grand Prix. I get to show you my bingo card out on my desk because there's been a change in it. Current drive standings, the current constructor standings, and where to next. Keep in mind, next Aftertalk is going to be the last one because there's only one race in December and I'm going to add that to the list of November. Let's go. Singapore Grand Prix. During qualifying, Gasly had lost power steering. These cars, they need power steering, otherwise it will feel like you've been trying to push a mountain for the past 5 minutes at full strength. And then that constantly if you don't have power steering. So yeah, he had to put his car on the side of the track, but qualifying was almost over, so yeah, no red. Out in Q1, Bortoleto and Colapinto. The start of Q2 was delayed due to the removal of Gasly's car, and there was a check for drivers setting lap times under yellow flags to see if they have lifted enough, you know. And in Q2, Liam Lawson, George Russell at pole, Max P2, and PS3 P3. Our rookies: Kimi P4, Hadjar P8, Ollie P9, Lawson P14, Bortoleto P16 and Colapinto P18. I love how their names gradually are getting longer in this list. I think for that maybe Ollie and Hadjar need to be swapped around. Because then it would be actually like that. Both the Williams drivers were disqualified from qualification. I cannot talk. There was a rear wing infringement, and it's sorta what I think what happened with Lewis Hamilton in 2021 during that Brazilian Grand Prix. Gasly and Albon to start from the pits. There was a small incident with the papayas at race start. Lando got damage on his wing and plate, but it wasn't from Piastri. Well, he hit Max as well, so yeah. Lap 28 of 62. Both Alonso and Piastri had a slow stop. You can see the times. And they did not even have a penalty. McLaren is faltering with their pit stops. They used to be good. Now they suck. I'm sorry. Someone had to say it. Lap 45 of 62. Nico Hülkenberg spun at turn 7. It appeared to be rear locking. You know, when you brake and then all of a sudden your rear tires just snap. Luckily he was able to continue. Lap 60 of 62. Hamilton reported saying he had a brake issue. When he passed Leclerc a few laps earlier, lost of brake dust. Lots of brake dust, it has to be. Flew off. Then before the message, there was sparks from his brakes. Yeah, his brakes were too hot, so they melted, I think. George Russell won and Max P2 and Lando P3. McLaren Unconstructed Champions, which means I got to cross off another square on my bingo card. And I think that is what caused me to have bingo. I actually got bingo this year. Yay. You'll see. Our rookies: Kimi P5, Ollie P9, Hadjar P11, Lawson P15, Colapinto P16 and Bortoleto P17. Yeah. Hamilton got a 5-second penalty for leaving the track multiple times without justifiable reason. He had no brakes. How's that unjustifiable reason? Stop saying camera on. Now we're gonna go to Texas. was a sprint weekend. Out in SQ1, Ollie, Colapinto and Bortoleto. And in SQ2, the other two were out. Kimi, Haja and Lawson, so no rookies in SQ3, unfortunately. Max had sprint pole, Lando P2 and Piastri P3. Let's get an honorary mention for Nico Hülkenberg with a solid P4. Our rookies, Kimi P11, Haja P12, Lawson P15, Ollie P16, Colapinto P17 and Bortoleto P20, who didn't even set a lap time, who didn't set a time. Yeah, unfortunately. Safety car lap 1. Holy shit. A collision with Lando, Piastri, Alonso and Hülkenberg. The first 3 mentioned were out. Hulken had to box for a new wing. Then also something happened with Stroll and Colapinto, both able to continue. No penalty given, though it was clearly visible that Oscar caused it. I have a video of it, recorded myself, which will be after this bit. We'll analyze it together. Lap 8 of 19. Russell makes a move on Max but couldn't get his car stopped. Max had to go off track to avoid collision. It was noted, but no action taken. Lap 16 of 19. Stroll and Ocon collide, both out in the safety car. Race to finish under safety car. It's the worst thing to have happen. On lap 18, it was said that early in the race, there was an incident with Ollie and Kimi in turn 15. Ollie got 10-second time penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. That was given on lap 18. And when it is a safety car, every car is close together. So yeah, that sucks. Max wins, Russell P2 and Sainz P3. Good score for Williams. Let's give an honorary mention for Lewis Hamilton for finishing so close to the podium. I don't care if he gets a sprint podium or a normal podium. Podium is podium. I want Lewis to get a podium before the end of this season. Would be great if it was in Qatar though, on my birthday. Our rookies, Kimi P8, Lawson P9, Bortoleto P11, Haja P12, Colapinto P14 and Ollie P15. Stroll ended up getting a 5-place grid drop for the main event. Here we have the video. So yeah, here we have Oscar. Look at that. Switch back. Now I want to know what your opinion is, but to me it's clear that it was, it really looks like it was Oscar's fault. But I want to know what you guys think is, who you guys think is at fault. And also, great start from Leclerc. People have been saying like, oh, it was Alonso's fault, like he should not have been there. But then again, you can say the same about Nico Hülkenberg. And also, Tsunoda had caught a front wing. And that was Nico's front wing, right there. You can see that, right there. And he drove over it himself, and it was a massive sandwich. I could not have said it better. So yeah. Great. Now we're gonna go to the main event. In Q1 there was a red flag. Haja spun in the S's, a big impact into the wall at turn 6. Lando had a big snap in turn 9, but he stayed on the track. I want to say difference between rookie and experienced driver, but that's mean. Out in Q1, Bortoleto and Haja. Out in Q2, Lawson and Colapinto. Kind of the usual suspects, except for Haja. Max Paul, Lando P3 and P2, and Leclerc P3. They got the cars ready, up and going again. Piastri P6. That's got a sting. Our rookies, Kimi P7, Ollie P8, Lawson P12, Colapinto P15, Bortoleto P16 and Hajar P20. On lap 1 of the race, Albon was going slow in Sector 2. It's supposed to be Sector 2. He had a collision with Bortoleto. Lap 6, Sainz and Kimi collide in turn 15. Sainz parked his car on pit entry. Kimi able to continue. Virtual safety car. After an investigation, Sainz a 5-place grid drop for the next race. That's going to be one of the worst races he's ever had. Next race. Lap 35. Ollie had spun at turn 15. It looked like Yuki brake checked him or moved under braking, either or. It was a dangerous move. Very dangerous. Max wins. Lando P2 and Leclerc P3. Our rookies. Besides everything that happened to Ollie, he managed to finish a solid P9 in America. Lawson P11, Kimi P13, Hajar P16, Colapinto P17 and Bortoleto P18. Now, Mexico. You can see by how little the text is, how much there is. Out in Q1, Bortoleto and Colapinto. Out in Q2, Lawson. Like I said, these are the usual suspects. Lando Paul, Leclerc P2 and Sir Lewis Hamilton P3. I had such big hopes that he could have gone to a podium today, that race, but unfortunately. Max P8 and Max P5 and Piastri P8. What happened to the championship leader? Our rookies, Kimi P6, Hajar P9, Ollie P10, Lawson P15, Bortoleto P16 and Colapinto P20. Also, I didn't change anything because Sainz also had a penalty. I forgot about it. So yeah, that's the result of qualifying. Leclerc, Hamilton and Max went 3 wide into turn 1. Never do that in Formula 1. Max had to take the escape road. Russell was whining on the radio about how Max needed to give back the position. But Max had already done that like half a track ago. Yeah, he had to give back the position to Lewis, which he did. Actually, almost like at the turn after. Leclerc also cut the corner to get ahead of Lando, but Leclerc gave back the position, so everything was fine. No penalty, even though Max was under investigation later on. Touché with Stroll and Lawson. Lawson needed a new front wing. Lap 6. Ollie slots into P4 after a hectic moment where Hamilton tried to overtake Max at turn 4. Max overtook Hamilton at turn 1, same lap. Hamilton ended up locking up and taking the wrong escape road. He went over the grass, he went too fast. So yeah. Lawson out of the race, he retired in the pits. Hamilton under investigation for his creative escape road. He ended up getting 10 seconds for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Lap 20 of 71. Incident with Max and Hamilton, turn 1 under investigation because this was a small collision, just a small touch. There was no action taken. Max had the corner. Max was ahead at the apex. Both my dad and the Viaplay race control guy said it. And the commentators, and they've all driven around in race cars before. Actual racing. Yeah. Lap 27. Sainz under investigation for speeding in the pits. A 5-second penalty. Lap 28. Hulkenberg retired in the pits. On lap 36, a few laps later, Alonso also retired. Ollie is now P3 in a freaking Haas. I was losing it. I was really just hoping that he could just hold on to that P3. I wanted him to. I needed him to. Everyone needed him to. On lap 54 of 71, Sainz was again under investigation for speeding in the pits. This was after his second stop. Ollie is now running P4 after being overtaken by Max during his second stop. Sainz got a drive-through penalty. But that's not the penalty he wanted, because his pit limiter wasn't working properly. Like, if you look at the replay of Sainz entering the pits during the race, you can actually see his car like shocking a bit, like moving erratically. So yeah. On lap 70 of 71, to throw salt into his wounds, Sainz is out of the race. He spun at turn 15, hit the wall, and almost got his car behind guardrail. Virtual safety car. Yeah, that sucked. That sucked for Max because he was so close to getting to Charles. But the reason why they threw in a virtual safety car is not because they had to get his car actually behind the guardrail, because, well, one lap to go, I mean, they're going to leave it. They're just going to throw in yellow. But the fire alarm went off inside of Sainz's car. And when there's fire, the FIA won't take no chances and throw in a virtual safety car. Yeah. In the end, Lando wins with a 30-second gap to Leclerc in P2. And Max ended up being P3. Ollie Behrman, hero of the day. He's the driver of the day with a solid P4. I actually voted this time. Yeah. The rookies: Ollie P4, Kimi P6, Bortoleto P10, Hadjar P13, Colapinto P16, and Lawson with a DNF in P20. I also want to add to Ollie Behrman. It's his best result of his career, best result of this season, and he's equaled Haas's best result yet, which was 2018 by Romain Grosjean, I want to say, if I remember correctly. So yeah, my bingo card. I got bingo. Yeah. So for McLaren, got Constructors' Championship, so that one is crossed off, and I got the bingo. Also the multi-car crash. Yeah, that was 4 drivers. That was in Texas. That was Piastri, Norris, Alonso, Hülkenberg. That's 4. And Ollie Behrman got driver of the day at the Mexican Grand Prix. So yeah. Let's go and look at the driver standings. Lando has taken the lead. The top in the gap from Max to Lando is 36. Yeah. Someone has basically said, let me go and look it up. I made a screenshot of it. Verstappen can still win the driver's title even if both McLarens finish on the podium in every remaining race. These are the things that has to happen. Verstappen must win every remaining Grand Prix and sprint. If Norris finishes P2 in all, he wins if Norris finishes P2 in all, he wins the title. But if Norris drops to 2 P3s, the points are tied and Verstappen wins on countback. Title number 5 is still within reach, but now the pressure is on within McLaren. I mean, we've already seen they're crumbling. There are cracks starting to form. And those are the moments where Max takes his advantage. Yeah? And also, I want to quickly go to my bookmarks in Twitter, on X. Because I want to tell you guys Max's stint. Okay? because Max's stint on soft tires, it was mega. Lap 39 is where it started. A 21.2, 21.4, 21.4, 21.3, 21.3, 21.4, 21.2. 21.6, 21.2, 21.4, 21.2, 21.1, 21.2, 21.2, 21.2, 21.2, 21.1, 21.2, 21.5, 21.1, 21.2, 21.1, 22.3, 22.2, 21.4, the exact same lap time, like literally 21.4, 21.5, 21.2, 21.5, 21.6, 22.0, that's when he caught up to Leclerc, and then the safety car got deployed, 37.0, 35.0. That was Max's final stint. That is how consistent he is, alright? Let me tell you guys, if there's one thing that is consistent in this life, it's Max Verstappen's mega stints. So yeah, constructor standings. I still need to color the McLaren one gold, I forgot. But yeah, this is this score. Haas has taken over P8 from Sauber due to Ollie's amazing P4. Aston Martin are having the time of their lives, as you can see. Yeah. Great. Let's continue. Where are we going next, you ask? Well, we're going to go to Sao Paulo, which is not next weekend, but the weekend after. Probably going to rain, where Max is going to be at the advantage. McLaren are going to crumble, going to make the wrong choices, especially when it's dry for most of the race and then all of a sudden it starts to rain. Think about Russia 2021. And Piastri is just going to do the tango in the rain. That's my prediction. Max going to win. Lando makes the wrong decision. And Piastri is going to do the tango. Solo. And then we're going to go to Las Vegas. Yeah. That's also the last weekend of F1 Academy 2025. Then we're going to go to my birthday. Yeah, Qatar is on my birthday. For the first time in history of Formula 1, these guys are going to be racing on November 30th. I have checked the records. I have a book about all the Grand Prix that's like that they had since the official championship in 1950. And never before did they race on November 30th. I mean, the closest one that I had was last year. No, before that was 2020, Bahrain. We all remember that one, don't we? Big fireball. So yeah. But yeah, it's going to be the first time on November 30th. I'm excited. Max probably won't get the title there. If he wants to win the title in Qatar, both McLarens need to be wiped out during the Sao Paulo sprint and main race, I feel like. And then Max needs to win to get it. Wait, if he wins the sprint and main race, how many points would that be? Let me quickly calculate. So, sprint race win is 8 points. At 20. Oh, if he wins this one, the point he will. That will be there would be 3. If he wins both the sprint and and the Grand Prix, and both McLarens don't finish or finish outside of the points, Max would be 3 points behind Lando. Oh, now I want that to happen. We need that to happen. We need the last 3 races to be as tense as ever. And then the season finale of Formula 1 is in Abu Dhabi. I know for a fact lots of Dutch people will go there. Don't ask me how. Confidential. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please hit the like button and also consider subscribing if you don't want to miss any other video. Leave in the comments down below who you think is at fault for the Texas Sprint opening crash. Was it Oscar, Orlando, or Alonso, or Hulkenberg? Just say the name, no further explanation, unless I ask for it in the comments. But yeah. Who do you think is at fault? I still believe Oscar is at fault. But yeah, what do you guys think? But that's it from me for now, and I shall see you guys in another video. Goodbye!